All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All right. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so I'm in this book again. This is going to be part 2 of Bloodlines of the Illuminati, the McDonald family. All right, so I'm just pick up right where I left off. All right, so let's just get right into it. All right, so right where I left off, all right, it starts to list a lot of people in the McDonald family. All right, so you got right here Alonzo Laurie McDonald, all right, U.S. Marine, all right, member of CFR, all right, and the Illuminati. All right, lived in London, Zurich, and Paris. All right, assistant to President, U.S. White House staff director. All right, since 79 to 81. All right, then you got Angus Daniel McDonald. All right, railroad president. I think it says with all types of railroad leadership positions. All right, trustee of Notre Dame. All right, part of the Knight of Malta. All right, and a member of the Bohemian Grove. All right, Bohemian Club. All right. And you got Christopher W. McDonald, member of the Bohemian Grove. All right. Edmund B. McDonald, member of Bohemian Grove. Frank Buthen McDonald, NASA scientist involved with sending Pioneer 10 and 11 to Jupiter. All right. Yeah. All right. George G. McDonald, member of the Bohemian Grove. All right. Graham L. McDonald, member of the Bohemian Grove. All right. Dr. Gordon McDonald, all right, astrophysicist, all right, who wrote that enhanced electrical oscillations in the Earth's atmosphere might be used to impair brains. All right. You got Bruce McDonald, member of the Bohemian Grove, and we know the Bohemian Grove is where all the wicked elite go to. All right. You know, the people that sit in high places. All right. You know, they do a lot of sexual gay orgies, all right, and they worship Satan, man, in these clubs, man. All right, the wicked elite. All right, Esau Edom, man. All right, it says right here, Donald S. McDonald Bilderberg Steering Committee. This is the select Illuminati group of men who actually run the Bilderbergs. All right, Canadian Minister of Defense Trilateral Commission. All right, so let's just go into the next page and let's do some reading. All right. And then you also got McDonald's, who wrote witchcraft books, occult books, it says right here, and other notable titles. All right, Douglas R. McDonald, the Scots Book of Lore and Folklore. All right, John McDonald, all right, the Magic Story Messenger of a Master. All right, you got Rebbe E. McDonald, all right, he wrote The Ghost of Ostwick Manor and a contemporary collection of loan from the Rothschilds Bank, AG Zurich. All right, so let's get into it. All right. It says the McDonalds and McDonalds, all right, and some of the Donalds are descendants from King Somerled, all right. King Somerled helped expel the Vikings from Scotland. King Somerled's son was Ronald, and Ronald's son was named Donald, all right. That's where you get that Ronald McDonald from, man. All right, the grandson then became Argus Moore McDonald. All right, it says Mac means son of. All right, the grandson then became Argus Moore McDonald. All right, Argus's grandson married Mac Rory and became lordship of the Isles. All right, the McDonalds were the chiefs of that area. Families that sought their protection sometimes took their name too. So it is not inconceivable that some of the Knights Templar bloodlines ended up one way or the other as McDonald. All right. The powerful McDonald of Glencoe lived in Glencoe until the 1692 massacre by the English government against Francis Stewart sympathizers. Francis Stewart was the Grand Master of witchcraft covens in that area of Scotland, and the McDonalds were supporters of him. Also in the 17th century, the McDonalds were forced to participate with others in piracy. All right. There are some powerful Stewarts, also spelled Stewart, in the Illuminati today. Some who are friends with the Rockefellers At least one Stewart intermarried with a Rockefeller. All right. Another Stewart has family members who own a series of theaters in California which have secret tunnels to daycare centers so that children can be ritually abused and programmed. Look at that, man. All right. It says this Stewart had a father in Satanism who was associated with the Hungarian palace. James C. Stewart, a member of the Illuminati, all right, built the Mormons Capitol building in Salt Lake City, 60 Wall Tower in New York, and the Savoy Hotel in London that the Illuminati used for their Pilgrim Society headquarters. All right, James belonged to the Pilgrim Society too. All right, it says now that the reader knows this, he or she will understand why this author did a double take when I ran across Stuart McDonald, right, who was the director of Soy Plaza Hotel in New York, a place frequented by the elite. Stuart McDonald was president of Army war shows in 42 to 43. See the article on the Van Duins, all right, in this newsletter to understand the connections between the Army war shows and the secret mind control ops done in World War II under the auspices of the Illuminati. Stuart McDonald was also the police commissioner in corrupt St. Louis, Missouri, and the Fed housing administrator, all right, for Washington, D.C., as well as being an auto manufacturer. There is a Stewart who actually has a stronger claim on the throne. Let me read that again. It says, there is a Stewart who actually has a stronger claim to the throne of England than Queen Elizabeth. He is the 11th in line as a claimant, all right? A claimant, all right? While she is only 13th, all right? His claim is a carefully preserved secret by the media, all right? Queen Elizabeth is of the Hanover dynasty, which is part of the 13th Illuminati bloodlines. This Stewart claimant was recently asked if he would like to have the throne of newly formed nation of Estonia, but he rejected it. The Stewart bloodline and their henchmen have been an important part of the leadership of Freemasonry down through the centuries. All right, let's read a little more. It says the Scottish Stewart family, as well as the Cameron, Campbells, Douglas, Hamilton, Montgomery Scottish families were originally powerful families that came from Flanders area, all right, now Belgium and northern France, which is today a strong point for the Illuminati. These families immigrated to Scotland, all right, in the 12th century and were part of the strong occult bonds between Scotland and the Flanders area. All right, today Flanders is divided between northern France and Belgium. It says later Flanders became a banking center for the international bankers. All right, the Hungarian occult world also connects to Scotland with such ancient historical figures as Saint Margaret, a Hungarian noble whose husband Malcolm Seymour murdered in real life Macbeth. All right, her son David introduced feudalism in Scotland, and she herself brought the Catholic priest. All right, brought in Catholic priests. There are many occult ties between Scotland, Flanders, Hungary, and Rome. Parts of the McDonalds continue to practice Druidism, which is, basically witchcraft. Druids. All right, they did the witchcraft. All right, which was the original religion prior to the Christians. The McDonald's heritage goes back to the Pict of Gaelic people. Yo, the McDonald family goes back crazy far, all right? And these are the people that got... and you go to their restaurants and you eat their food, bro. Yo, the McDonald heritage goes back to the Pict and Gaelic people. Some of the McDonald's have parts of the Catholic hierarchy. I believe I know of 5 McDonald's which have become air marshals, top rank in British RAY, British Ray. All right. The names of these RAF marshals are Samurai Douglas McDonald, Thomas Conquer McDonald, Sir William McDonald, Air Commander John C. McDonald, and Major General John Frederick Matheson McDonald. The NWO has been called the air dictatorship because the NWO's air power will be so important. So it is significant that the RAF, all right, has had so many high officers who are McDonald's. Just one example of the tie-ins, the British Minister of Aviation Roy Jenkins has been part of the Trilateral Commission. All right. Thomas Conquer McDonald did secret research for the Air Ministry after World War II. He went to the University of Glasgow. All right. Another marshal, Sir William Lawrence Nyeri McDonald, was involved with British Air Force intelligence. A number of other McDonalds have worked for intelligence agencies, all right, to include David George McDonald, James Nichol McDonald Jr., etc. Williams McDonald, all right, was a doctor who worked with FDR in 1925. All right, I think I'm gonna just read this last article and that'll be it. All right. This last paragraph right here says Henry Ford also spent time with a doctor named William McDonald. A number of McDonald's are bankers. All right. And in an attempt to keep this article brief, I'll just list some of them. All right. Then he starts listing all the McDonald's. Right. It says and Whit McDonald, Archibald Neak Donald is director of Joseph Freeman Sons and Company, all right, Ltd., as well as being important in other things. The Freeman family is one of the 13 bloodlines and connects to the Prieur de Zion. All right. Sir Peter George McDonald has been the director of Guardian Assurance Company Ltd., which also has connections to the Freeman family and the Prieur de Zion. All right. I think that's supposed to be French or something. All right. There are a long list of McDonald's who have served various governments all over the world in leadership positions. Yeah, wonder why. All right. It says Danny Lee McDonald of Tulsa, Oklahoma, served, all right, on the corrupt, if I'm not mistaken, Tulsa is one of the towns in Oklahoma where there's mad Satanism and a lot of where the elites live. All right. It says Danny Lee McDonald of Tulsa, Oklahoma, served on the corrupt Federal Election Commission as its vice chairman. All right. And from 83 onward, he served as its chairman. All right. William C. McDonald was the first state governor of New Mexico. From 1911 to 17, the Freemasons ran the state at that time. All right. So I'm gonna pause it right here. No, I'm gonna let you capture this so y'all can read it on your own. All right. So you can pause this video and y'all can read this paragraph right here. All right. Matter of fact, let me see something real quick. Matter of fact, I'll just read it. You know, it says this author would wear the reader's patience thin by describing all the McDonald's who have been important government jobs. The policeman who found Lee Harvey Oswald after JFK was shot was a McDonald. All right. All right. This policeman was then signed to protect Marina Oswald. All right. The heavyset policeman McDonald has appeared on television recently, such as on Channel 32. All right. On Top Crops at 7:25 p.m., where he speaks out against conspiracy theories in the JFK assassination. Of course, man. All right. The entire arrest of Oswald by M.N. McDonald is filled with questions. Jack Ruby was in the same theater. Oswald tried to shoot McDonald with an unloaded gun. Some unknown person had tipped McDonald off that Oswald was in the theater, and the police had for some reason already decided Oswald was guilty, because while arresting him, the policeman was heard saying by witnesses, "Kill the president, will you?" All right, wow. It says, and yet the Warren Commission said that Oswald was not a suspect until later. This is just one place of many where the McDonald family connects in with the larger satanic conspiracy. All right, Jack Ruby was involved with the Carousel Club, all right, which was tied to the Monarch Project. The assassination of JFK was done through Permadex, which was set up by Louis Mortimer Bloomfield, who worked for the Illuminati and SOE, all right, within the U.S. Army intelligence. All right, he worked for OSS and ran the FBI's Counterintelligence Division 5 while working for British SOE and the Illuminati. All right, it says George D. Mohrenschildt, all right, Oswald's best friend, all right, or closest contact, was himself an ex-Nazi spy who worked for the CIA. The mob's connections of the 13 Illuminati families is explained in the Van Duyn, all right, family article in this newsletter. Bear in mind, the mob had turned against JFK too. In summary, some of the McDonalds have held important positions for the Illuminati, and part of the McDonald descendants are in the Illuminati. All right. You will also find McDonald's very active in Protestantism. All right, Protestantism. All right, and Catholicism. All right. The McDonald family's involvement with the occult goes clear back to Druidism. All right, and these are the people that got, you know, one of the biggest food chains in America, man. Probably like I think the third or fourth largest food chain in America. You know, one of the richest food chains in America, and they sell nothing but poison and chemicals in their food. It's not even food; it's just poison and chemicals. All right, they do witchcraft to the food, man. You know. Right, the McDonald's family involvement with the occult goes clear back to Druidism, and then the protection and leader they gave to the Knights Templars. Excuse me, remember that again. It says, and the protection and the leadership they gave to the Knights Templars. Today, some of the McDonald's are barons, and some are bankers, and some are leading intelligence and military men. Exhibit next page says news article that shows Linda McDonald was awarded hush money by the Canadian government and the CIA for MK Ultra mind control programming. All right, so that's going to be the end of part 2. All right, of the bloodlines of the Illuminati, the McDonald's family. All right, so I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. All right, shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel who scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so with that being said, until the next one, shalom, shalom.